Step 1. Fold the paper strips. Step 2. Weave the polyhedron. Tools used: 6 binder clips. Let's first examine the structure of this great dodecahedron. In the weaving technique, it should be regarded as if every face of the regular icosahedron has been replaced with inwardly indented triangular pyramids. Originally, in the regular icosahedron, each vertex is shared by 5 equilateral triangles. When replaced with inwardly indented triangular pyramids, each vertex is shared by 5 of these inwardly indented triangular pyramids. The weaving method involves first focusing on one vertex and weaving the 5 inwardly indented triangular pyramids surrounding that vertex. Then, shift your attention to other vertices, one by one, and complete the weaving for the 5 inwardly indented triangular pyramids surrounding each of those vertices. First, you need to be able to identify a concave vertex at the center of each folded paper strip. Overlap the concave vertices of 3 of these paper strips, allowing the strips to cross each other. This way, you can weave the first inwardly indented triangular pyramid. Next, from the side of this inwardly indented triangular pyramid, you can vaguely see that it seems to be accompanied by another inwardly indented triangular pyramid. However, it lacks one paper strip. Therefore, add another paper strip with the concave vertex at its center positioned at the vertex of this inwardly indented triangular pyramid. This way, you can weave the second triangular pyramid. To prevent the structure from becoming loose, it's important to secure it briefly by folding the paper strips that are not currently in use. Next, repeat the same method by adding another paper strip to the side of the second inwardly indented triangular pyramid. This will allow you to weave the third inwardly indented triangular pyramid. Then, Simply fold and secure the paper strips that are not currently in use to keep them in place. Now, let's focus on another vertex. This vertex should also be surrounded by 5 internal pyramids, but at the moment, only 2 are present. We can repeat the same process as before by adding paper strips to complete the 4th and 5th internal pyramids. Simply overlap the strips at the center point of these pyramids to create them. Next, let's secure the parts we've just woven in place. This helps to maintain the structure's stability. Now, let's shift our attention to the other vertex. This vertex should also be surrounded by 5 indented triangular pyramids, but currently, there are only 2. So, we repeat the previous steps and add the last strip to form the third one. Simply secure the sides. From the sides of these 3 adjacent sunken triangular pyramids, interweave the 2 sets of paper strips to create the 4th and 5th sunken triangular pyramids. The next vertex has already been woven with 3 sunken triangular pyramids. Similarly, interweave the 2 sets of paper strips from its sides to create the 4th and 5th sunken triangular pyramids. Repeat the previous method to complete the second layer of sunken triangular pyramids. However, it's essential to note that each strip will naturally form a loop. When the 6th strip has completed one loop, it will overlap with 2 rhombic faces to form a loop. Simply secure the sides. At this point, it already looks like a sphere. Now, let's move on to the finishing stage. Let's first identify the area where there are more strips left. For example, in this area with more strips remaining, we need to have 5 inner triangular pyramids surrounding this vertex. We can repeat the process we used earlier to weave these 5 inner triangular pyramids. The next step follows the same principle. Start with the areas where there are more strips left and complete each inner triangular pyramid next to every vertex. However, it's important to note that in this step, each strip will overlap 2 rhombic faces and create a loop by itself. Finally, when there is only one triangular gap left, the last triangular pyramid should be made convex. Overlap 2 strips of the same color to cover 2 rhombic faces, then press the raised vertex inwards. The great dodecahedron is now completed.